Hello, thank you for tuning in to another episode of All Wheel Driven. I am your host, Joe Kaczynski. Each month, we dive into the latest Audi headlines, offering both a recap and our perspective on the stories that are shaping the Audi brand. Today's episode, we're going to focus on Formula One as we head into the summer break. We're going to talk about the first half of Audi's sales in 2026, some of their newer products that they revealed, the Q7, the Q9, their appearance at Goodwood Festival of Speed. There's plenty to talk about in this episode, so let's jump right on in. Welcome to All Wheel Driven, a podcast by Audi Club North America, where we explore all things Audi and the incredible people who bring it to life. All Wheel Driven is presented by XPEL, the official paint protection film of Audi Club. Let's start with Formula One. So, as I said, as we're recording this, we're in the middle of the summer break. So there's no action on track for a little bit. But the action that has been on track has been very encouraging for fans of Audi F1. For 3 races in a row now, we've had Audi in the points. Just missed out at the Hungarian on a double points finish. I think that's maybe the next milestone that the team will be aiming for. But Hülkenberg finally got his first points of the season with a nice 9th place finish. Bortoleto just missed out in P11, but still a strong result. And again, after some really disappointing races in the beginning part of the year, where they just missed out on points, and there would be a tactical mistake, or there would be a technical issue with the car. There was a lot of DNFs and even some DNSs. That seems to be behind them. You never know. It's a long season, and certainly not saying that can't happen again, but they certainly seem to be a lot more consistent as a team. That's evident by three points races in a row, closing the gap on the Haas team. So right now in the constructors' standings, Audi is in 8th place. They jumped over the Williams team with the last race in Hungary, and they're 9 points behind Haas for 7th place. And it's a real possibility they could be catching up to them before the end of the year. In the last 2 races, the Audi teams picked up 6 points, where Haas has been shut out. So they certainly closed the gap there. They really could see their way to a 7th place finish, which would be outstanding for their inaugural season. They would be basically the top of the rest of the non-contenders, we'll say. We knew that they weren't going to be competing for a championship this year, but to finish their first season, ahead of the likes of Aston Martin and Cadillac and Haas and Williams, that would be absolutely fantastic. And it looks like they're well on their way to do that. Formula One teams are, of course, adapting all the time. Aston Martin is basically going to have a brand new car. When they come back from the summer break, they'll have a new Honda power plant in there. They've got over a dozen aerodynamic tweaks on the car. Their pace is going to be much improved, so they're going to be a little bit of a tougher out, I think, the rest of the way. The Audi team is not going to sit on their hands either. They're going to be adapting and improving as well. And they're going to be working together to have more experience, more time with the car. And that was the whole goal, going into this season, is just to get some experience and see if they can improve as the season goes on. And they are certainly showing that. 3 races in a row now with points is certainly a trend. It's not an anomaly. They're doing something right. You can see it in qualifying, you can see it in practice, and you could certainly see it on race day. So we'll see what happens when we come out of the break at towards the end of August for the Dutch Grand Prix, and see if they can continue their streak. Maybe can they make it 4 in a row? Can they get a double points finish? It's all possible. It's not even impossible to think that they could score podium finish at some point before the end of the year. Probably need a little bit of luck with that. Some of the top contenders might need to have some issues. Maybe it's a rain race or something like that, and that mixes up the field. But the Audi team certainly has the pace, and they're not having those growing pain issues that we saw at the beginning part of the year. So very encouraging. I think if you're an Audi fan and you've been watching them from the beginning, you can't help but notice the improvement that they've made on track and off the track, where a lot of their improvement comes from just technical decisions resulting in points on race day. So great to see from the team. We hope the trend continues. A lot of races to go, still a dozen races to go after we get out of the break. So plenty can still happen. But so far, very encouraging from the Audi F1 team. So great job there, and can't wait to watch the next race at the end of August. Transitioning, though, to stuff that is not taking place on track, Audi's had a very busy summer with new product releases, specifically to their SUV lineup. We saw the brand new Audi Q7 and SQ7 debut. Big step up over the current generation in both styling, luxury features, performance especially. Very, very, very impressive looking vehicle. 429 horsepower from the base car, 591 from the S model. SQ7 is basically a little Lamborghini Urus fighter for about a third of the price. Fantastic vehicle, can still tow 7,700 pounds. It's got everything that you need. It's got the third row, a little bit small in the third row, but that's what the Q9's out there to fix. So we'll talk about the Q9 a little bit in a little bit more detail in just a moment. But the Q7 is certainly an exciting new product for Audi, a big part of their lineup, an important piece in the marketplace for them. There's been concern over the price increase, and there's no doubt about it that the new Q7 is a little bit more expensive than the outgoing Q7. That being said, you are getting a lot more for the money. So the 2027 Audi Q7 is going to start at $70,900, which is an increase of about $3,300 over the Q7 55 that is going out of production, the outgoing car. Roughly 5%, 4.9%, I think, increase if we're being very specific about it. But you're getting a lot more vehicle, right? A lot more features, a lot more power. You can't even compare the two, really. So for $3,300, really not that bad. The SQ7 is at $98,700 starting, about $4,900 more than the outgoing SQ7. And again, you're getting 591 horsepower. It's 91 horsepower more than the outgoing car. That is a massive increase. You get a 0 to 60 time in 3.7 seconds, they're estimating. That's blistering pace from a 3-row SUV. And when you look at it objectively, $98,000, $100,000, low hundreds with some options loaded up, you're maybe at 110 with almost everything. What other new SUV with that kind of performance is priced around there, right? You have the Cadillac Escalade V Series, makes 682 horsepower, but it's still slower than the SQ7, and that starts at about $170,000. The SQ7 and the Q7, the price has increased a little bit, but I think it's very easily justified considering everything that you get with these vehicles. I expect them to sell very well, which is something that Audi could certainly use. They need some sales wins, and I think the Q7 is going to get them that. More recently, they just revealed the Q9 and the SQ9. We had a sneak peek earlier in the year of the interior that got everybody excited, but now we know everything there is to know basically about the Q9 and the SQ9, and this is the big boy. This is their new flagship vehicle. It's going to supplant the A8 and the S8 as their flagship vehicle. This is it. This is the big one. It's going to compete with the BMW X7 and the Mercedes GLS models, and it's something that's been highly anticipated by Audi fans and really the market in general. It's a lucrative segment It's a popular segment. And the Q9, I think, is going to do very well there. It shares the powertrain from the Q7 and the SQ7. So again, you're looking at 429 horsepower for the base model. If you can call it a base model, it's a pretty nice vehicle as it is. And then 591 horsepower again for the SQ9, which is really impressive. It's 209 inches long, so really within about 2 inches of the Cadillac Escalade, just to give you an idea, comparison from a size perspective. It's a big SUV for sure, and it has all the cargo space you would need, about 19.3 cubic feet with all the seats up. Fold them down, and you're at about 87, 88 cubic feet of storage space, which places it kind of right in the middle of where the GLS and the BMW X7 land. So it's competitive there. It's a little bit more expensive than the Q7 models. You're looking at about 15 to 20 grand step up in price to go from the Q7 to the Q9 and SQ7 to SQ9. And yes, you're getting the same engines, but you're getting a lot more usable cargo room, a lot more usable third row space. So for folks that do commonly use that third row and have actual adults sitting back there, this is a vehicle for them. And it's something that even the biggest Audi fans in the past, they had to buy something else because Audi just didn't make it. You could be the biggest Audi fan in the world, but if you really needed that extra space, you had to go with an X7, or you had to go with an Escalade, or you had to go with one of these bigger SUVs. Even if you're looking at a Suburban, something like that, Audi didn't have it, but now they do, and they've packed it with technology. They've packed it with power. Some folks complain about the styling. Sure, okay, we get that, but it's a big 3-row SUV. It's not going to look like a sports car, and most of the 3-row SUVs on the market today, they're not lookers either. I mean, is the Escalade beautiful? Is the X7 beautiful? You could debate that. But certainly the quality seems to be there. Both the Q7 and the Q9, they've gotten rid of a lot of that piano black plastic trim that folks didn't like, replaced it with nicer materials, wood, and things that aren't going to show your fingerprints 2 minutes after you sit in the vehicle for the first time. That's an improvement. Still a lot of touch screens. Some folks may not love, but we think that the Audi styling direction is going to change, and they'll address that eventually. The buttons will come back at some point. But as this vehicle launches today, these are two great SUVs. The SQ7, SQ9, Q9, Q7, great family vehicles. I think they're well priced compared to the market. They're certainly not, they're not cheap. They're not giving them away, but considering everything you get, compare it to a Porsche Cayenne, right? You're not getting this you're not getting a 600 horsepower Cayenne for 120 grand. That's not happening, right? And again, even the Cadillac, you think an American brand, well, that'll be less expensive. It's not. It's quite a bit more expensive. These vehicles, I think, are really going to help Audi turn their sales around. I think they're going to bring some new people into the showroom, folks with families that just had no other choice but to shop other brands are going to come into the Audi fold, see what Audi is all about. And it's very exciting. These are great vehicles. And Audi, we've talked about this before. Audi's pushing a lot of new product. The new A6 Allroad that'll be coming, the new RS5. You certainly have the new Volare to entice people and get people excited about the brand again, even though most people won't be able to buy one. The Q7, the Q9, a lot of folks will be able to buy, and I think they will. It offers a lot for the money, and something that should make Audi fans happy to see. Audi needs to make some money. That may translate into more performance cars and more things that the enthusiasts really get excited about. But they need to sell the bread and butter first. The Q7 and the Q9 are going to go a long way towards that. So we're very excited to hopefully get an opportunity to drive these vehicles at some point and give you our driving impressions of them. But just from reading the spec sheets, looking at the videos, and hearing the information that's out there about these new SUVs, it certainly seems like Audi has a couple of hits on their hands. And once these start getting into showrooms, they're not going to last in the showrooms very long. I think they're going to fly off dealer lots. And that's good news for Audi and friends and family and enthusiasts of the Audi brand. It's good news for everyone. So excited to see these vehicles finally uncovered, and looking forward to driving them and see how they perform in the market and on the road. Some other news that came out in the last couple of weeks is the 2026 Audi A6 has earned the Insurance Institute for Highway Safety Top Safety Pick Plus award. That in of itself is a big deal, but that gives Audi now 7 models with that distinction, with the Top Safety Pick Plus, which is the highest safety award that the IIHS offers. And that's more than any other luxury automaker. Nobody has more models than Audi that offer that type of safety rating. That includes the 2026 Audi Q5, the Q5 Sportback, the A6 Sportback e-tron, the Q6 e-tron, the Q6 Sportback e-tron, all have that Top Safety Pick Plus designation. And that's even more important this year because the Institute made it even more difficult to earn that Top Safety Pick Plus designation. They changed some of their ratings to make that even harder to accomplish, yet Audi is still able to do it with 7 different models, more than anybody else. Just goes to show that they are dedicated not just to performance, but to safety as well, which everybody appreciates. It's great to have an enthusiast vehicle. It's great to have something that's flashy and fun and fast, and has great infotainment and a great stereo and all that stuff is all good. But when things go south, you need that safety more than anything, and Audi takes that very seriously, and they're knocking it out of the park with the safety rating. So great job to Audi, and congratulations on now 7 models that are Top Safety Pick Plus awarded. So great job with that. Moving on from the Top Safety Picks, we got to talk about their sales a little bit. So recently, their 2026 first half sales were announced. Probably will not come as any surprise that the sales were down a bit. In the U.S., I believe we got the numbers here, 67,916 units. That is a decrease of about 17% over the same period in 2025. Second quarter sales, though, were not as far off the mark, 38,030 units in Q2. That's just 3% off. Q1 was rough. Q2 was off a little bit, but trending up. So that's good. And you have to also look a little bit deeper beyond just the base numbers to see really what's going on here with Audi. So sure, the overall numbers are down, but if you look at the individual models, you'll see that the new models that Audi has recently got to market, those are performing quite well. So Q2 sales, Q2 as in quarter 2, not the model Q2. So second quarter sales of the A5, the A6, and the Q5, they're up 9, 32, and 30% respectively. 3 newer models, all doing very well. The Q3, which is also a new model, down slightly. That one's down about 8% for the second quarter. However, overall, most of the new models are performing very, very well in the market, and that's a good sign for Audi. So overall, the numbers are down still, but you could see the injection of the new products is really starting to pay off. People are buying the newer vehicles that Audi offers, and you got the Q7 and the Q9 waiting in the wings. Once those start hitting dealerships, I think these numbers are really gonna start to swing back in Audi's favor. We might not see it 2026 fully, but 2027, I think is shaping up to be a better year sales-wise for Audi. They've got these new models that are already doing strong, a couple more new ones that are going to be hitting the streets in the next few months. That's all going to boost the sales figures in the coming quarters. So maybe this time next year we're talking about Audi increasing sales instead of the decreasing sales that we've been seeing from the last several quarters. So it's not great news. Or certainly nobody's going to jump up and down about a 17% decrease in sales. But if you look at it a little bit deeper, you can see the news is certainly not all bad. There's some good nuggets in there, some encouraging positive signs that everybody can relax a little bit and think, okay, we could see things turning around. It kind of mirrors what they're doing with their Formula One season, right? It was a little bit of a rocky start, turning things around. Now they're starting to get some momentum. They're getting some points in the races, and they're getting some points in the sales race as well. These new models are performing well, and the new SUVs are going to continue that trend. I'm sure of it. I would bet on that. So we'll see. We'll see what the third quarter and the full year looks like soon enough. But for right now, things are still a little bit down, but there's hope out there. Turning our attention now to Goodwood Festival of Speed that was held just a few weeks ago. Audi was there with the Nuvolari supercar that was run up the hill climb by none other than Tom Christensen, 9-time Le Mans winning Tom Christensen. He really loved the car. He thought that everything came together well. All the technology worked well together and made it a thrilling drive up the hill. And certainly looked like it. Certainly sounded like it. That car is really something special. Great to see Audi bring it out and run it up the course for everybody to see and to enjoy. But that was not the only Audi that was there. They combined the new with the old. So they had some Le Mans prototypes there. They had some rally race icons there. And the Auto Union Type C was there. And of course, the Auto Union Luca was there. The speed record holding recreation that Audi Tradition spent 3 years creating to match the original car that went almost 200 miles an hour back in 1935. So that was there. So you really got a great look at Audi kind of from beginning to end in a way. And you could see how they've always been about performance and technology and moving things forward. Nuvolari today, the Luca back 100 years ago, and not much has changed. Audi's been pushing the boundaries, pushing the limits ever since, and it was all on display there at Goodwood. Certainly a great display, thrilling for Audi fans to see, and it's great to see Audi out there embracing their history and embracing where they're headed next. So very exciting Goodwood event for the Audi fans and for the company itself. And we can't wait to see what they bring next year. So that was really something to see. So great job, Audi, keeping us all entertained with the new and with the old. So anybody that's thinking of going to Goodwood next year, put it on your list because Audi certainly knocked it out of the park this year with everything they brought out to the table. So that is the Festival of Speed. We talked a lot about Audi's racing, Audi's sales. There's a lot of good, encouraging things out there that's happening with the Audi brand right now. So hopefully you are all enjoying it and taking it all in and watching Audi turn around. The one good thing about the brand having some struggles in the last couple of years is it really makes the turnaround that much more enjoyable. And I think we're all witnessing that right now, both on the racetrack and in the showrooms. So It's encouraging to see. It's very encouraging to see. Okay, and before I wrap up, I need to make a very exciting special announcement. Audi Club North America is thrilled to announce the 2026 Win SQ5 sweepstakes presented by XPEL. It will offer one lucky winner the chance to drive away in a brand new 2027 Audi SQ5. And on top of winning the vehicle, you also get a $10,000 credit towards XPEL paint protection, film products, and installation. XPEL is great stuff. I've been using it for years on my own cars. It's a fantastic prize. You get the SQ5, you get it protected by XPEL. What a great grand prize. And in the month of August, we have a bonus giveaway. All donations, $25 or more, made in the month of August, will automatically enter you into a bonus raffle where you can win a Garage Master Car Care Kit provided by our friends over at Griot's Garage. It's packed with over 25 premium detailing tools, towels, waxes, accessories, everything that you need to keep your car, hopefully your brand new SQ5, looking absolutely fantastic. And your entries also support the Audi Club North America's 501c3 educational organization. That organization provides programming that is designed to help support teen driving, driver safety, high-performance driving education events, community leadership, technical information, all kinds of great stuff. That's where your money is going. It's a really good cause. Even if you don't win the SQ5, although we all know you want to win that SQ5. The sweepstakes started on July 31st and will run throughout the year. As we already mentioned, you've got a bonus entry in August where you can win the Griot's Garage pack, but you also have a limited time to take advantage of triple bonus entries and a membership bundle for different entry tiers to further increase your odds of winning an incredible Audi SQ5 along with the $10,000 XPEL package. Fantastic prize program. Definitely check it out. You want to enter, you want to win. The sweepstakes winner will be announced in January, and you could start the year off with a brand new SQ5. So that's the sweepstakes. Check it out. Best of luck to you. Thank you all again for joining us on another episode of All Wheel Driven. If you're not yet a member of Audi Club, please check out the description below to learn all about all the great benefits that we offer, from club drives to sweepstakes and everything else, and all the great benefits that come with club membership. So thank you so very much again, and we will see you next time.